Before any dream comes true, before any mountain is climbed, there's a step every man and every woman must take. A silent step, a solitary one. Do you believe that if a bird wasn't aware of its wings, it would ever take flight? If we think of the bird as a metaphor for human beings, the answer is no. If the bird had no awareness of its wings, of its potential, its nature, it would probably never try to fly. It might spend its entire life thinking it was meant to walk on the ground, afraid of heights, believing it's fragile, when it was actually born to touch the skies. The same goes for us. Many people live limited lives, not because of reality, but because of a lack of awareness of their own power. They have wings, but never used them because they never discovered they could. And everything begins with a question that few dare to ask, and even fewer dare to answer. Who am I, really? Most people go through life wearing masks. The mask of someone who laughs at jokes they don't find funny just to fit in. The mask of someone who says, "I'm fine" when asked, but is falling apart inside. The mask of the employee who agrees with everything in meetings, but keeps their best ideas to themselves. The mask of someone posting happy photos on Instagram, but feeling completely empty inside. They chase goals that were never truly theirs. They live routines that numb their souls. And they ask themselves, why do I feel so lost even though I have everything? What if I told you that in the next minutes, you'll understand why some people live for decades without ever truly knowing themselves, while others find their essence in a matter of days? The difference isn't luck, it's the courage to recognize your own wings. The answer isn't out there, it's within. We spend so much time looking at the world, comparing our lives on social media, consuming news that makes us anxious, seeking validation from people who don't even know who they are, that we forget the deepest wisdom comes from within. And if we never stop to ask the hard questions, what do I truly want? Why do I keep sabotaging myself? What am I so afraid of? We live like shadows of our own potential. You know these people. The man who dreamed of being a writer but chose the safe path and now hates Mondays. The woman who wanted to travel the world but settled for 2 weeks of vacation per year. The young person full of potential and ideas, now bitter and constantly complaining. Self-knowledge is not a luxury. It is the foundation of everything that lasts. But here's the truth no one tells you. There is still a forgotten version of you inside. One that remembers what it's like to feel completely alive. That remembers when you were a child, drawing for hours. When you stayed up late reading a book that touched your soul. When you defended your ideas passionately, even if you were the only one in the room. Maybe you loved building things with your hands, or taking care of plants, or simply sitting on the porch watching the stars. That part of you never died. It's just been suffocated by masks. Do you know the difference between people who transform their lives and those who stay stuck in cycles? The former stopped pretending. They stopped wearing masks, even with themselves. And they discovered their wings. So today, I'm going to give you a challenge. A simple, quick, but revolutionary one. Look at yourself in the mirror, deep into your eyes, into your soul, and answer these 3 questions. Who am I when no one is watching? What makes my heart beat faster, even in silence? And where did I leave the most authentic part of me? Don't answer what others want to hear. Don't answer what's socially acceptable. Answer the truth. And here's the secret. Talk to yourself as if you were your best friend, not your worst critic, because you are worth knowing. In this silence, allow yourself. Allow the quiet to be your guide. For it is in the absence of external noise that your inner voice, the one you've suppressed for so long, can finally be heard. There is no judgment here, only the truth that resides within you. Breathe deeply. Let the answers surface. Don't force them. Just observe. They come from the deepest, most authentic place of your being. This is the beginning of a sacred dialogue, the dialogue with yourself. When you begin to answer those questions, truly, honestly, something magical happens. It's like tuning into a frequency you never knew existed. The noise of others' expectations starts to fade. The constant need for external validation quiets down, and suddenly, the world around you begins to respond differently. You start attracting people who value your true self, not just the mask you used to wear. Opportunities align with your authentic desires, not just what seems safe or expected. Your decisions become clearer, less burdened by doubt, because they stem from a place of deep knowing. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about shedding layers to reveal the magnificent self that was always there, waiting. It's about understanding that when you honor your inner truth, the universe conspires to support you. Because authenticity isn't just a personal journey, it's a magnetic force, and it pulls toward you everything that truly belongs. This journey of self-discovery, this act of removing the masks, isn't always easy. It takes courage. The courage to face uncomfortable truths, the courage to let go of what no longer serves you, the courage to redefine what success truly means to you beyond society's narrow definitions. Maybe for you, success isn't a bigger house or a fancier car. Maybe it's peace of mind, or time with loved ones, or the freedom to create, or the joy of contributing to something bigger than yourself. When you know who you are, you stop chasing illusions. You start building a life that feels right, that tastes right, that is right for you. This is the ultimate freedom, the freedom to be you, unapologetically. Listen closely. You are not here to live small, nor to copy anyone else's life. You are here to remember who you are and rise with that truth. Because when you truly know yourself, you stop settling for less. You stop following the crowd. You stop wearing masks, even with yourself. And finally, you open your wings. You begin, maybe for the first time, walking toward a life that truly reflects who you are. That's exactly where the real journey begins. 3-day challenge. Every day for 10 minutes. 2 minutes of silence. Deep breathing. No phone, no distractions. Answer the 3 questions looking at yourself in the mirror. After that, repeat to yourself, I am someone who was born to live with purpose. Don't skip this exercise. It seems simple, but it is deeply transformational.
Because when you stop wearing masks, even with yourself, you stop accepting anything less, and you begin building a life that is genuinely yours. Practice it for 3 days and come back on the 4th day. Because in the next episode, we'll work on something even more powerful. The voice you hear when no one else is speaking, your own mind. If this video touched you, subscribe to this series. Comment which mask you wear the most, and share it with someone who needs to stop pretending.